Celebrate. Celebrate. All right. I'm going to get on out your way. Final thing, we remember, we celebrate. But let me tell you something, African Americans. It's time for us to act. We sit back on our no good sons. Just celebrate and remember. Honey, I remember when. Sister Mom, they stay right there. Don't never come from there. They just remember when.
Work on it.
It's time for us to act. It's time for us to do what our forefathers have already done. It's time for us to remember what our ancestors went through and act. It's time for us to remember how they weren't able to ride the bus. And now we're able to ride the bus. And we ought to be doing something to help the next generation. It's time for us to act. It's time out for you saying that those kids ain't going to be no good. It's time out for you to already cast them out and don't want to be bothered with them. It was people that went on, that marched down Washington, they got water poured on them, didn't even have a chance to see the freedom that we enjoyed, but they did it because they acted for the next generation. It's time for us to act. It's don't, I'm going to state that I want you to remember. And I definitely want you to celebrate. But I need you to act. It's time out for seeing all the young men standing on the corner. And the young ladies standing next to them. And we're not doing nothing. We're not saying nothing. In fact, we pass by them and afraid to even let down our windows to tell them to move out the way. It's time for us to act. It's time for us to move from just sitting in the four walls of these churches, shouting up a storm with all our noise, and leaving here and not saying nothing. It's time for us to act. It's time for us to stop taking everything that God has blessed us with, all our gifts and talents, and we sitting down on them. It's time for us to act. Some of our young kids just need someone to take a notice of them. Some of them just need someone to say, let me help you with this, sister. Let me help you with this, brother. And I guarantee if you would just show them any type of affection, compassion, they will show you back. The same. It's time for us to act. Just think about it. God remembered that he said he had made everything, Pastor. And he said, and it's good.
That's what he said.
And it's good. He remembered that everything was good. He celebrated so much that he bent down and he made man from the dust of the air and breathed into him the breath of life. Celebrating who he was because he remembered what he had done. But then he realized that man had got so far away from God. The man had went away from the ordinances of God. The man was doing anything and everything but serving God. And God just didn't sit back in heaven on this royal throne and say, just let him go. He acted. He said, I'm going to send my only begotten son. I ain't going to just sit back and let them just make a mess totally of their lives. I'm going to give them a way of escape. I'm going to give them, because I know they're not able to handle it, I'm going to send my only begotten son. And even though he came as a baby wrapped in swaddling clothes, God acted out of compassion because he loved us so. And that same child went to yonder's cross. He acted. Not that he had sinned, but he did it for the whole sins of the whole entire world. He acted. When was the last time you acted? Amen. Now some of y'all gonna have to catch up. I know some of you have to reach way back. When was the last time you stepped out and said, you know, I'm gonna do this, so that the next generation will have it a little more easy? When was the last time you said, you know, I'm gonna step out of my comfort zone? comfortable on the front seat of the church. But I'm going to do something else to see if I can make it a little better for the next generation.
All right.
Jesus went to the cross. He wasn't just a sometime God. He was an all-time God.
Yeah.
Not only was he an all-time God, he was an on-time God.
Yes, sir.
Right in the midst of everything else, he said, I'm going to die that you may have life. And that you'll have it more abundantly. When was the last time you acted? I told you I'm going to be alone.
That's all right.
Remember, celebrate, and act. For truly, we still have a dream to fulfill. God bless you. God keep you as I live. It's time for the church to move out of its